Hi, this is Dhruv,
And this is John.
and we still didn't talk about the week. What did
It's
we cover?
week 23. Let's keep this. I
It's
actually kind
week-
of like it.
It's week 23 of the devlog.
Yeah,
So I'm finally here. Then that's great.
Dhruv is finally back in the States at least. He's not in California, but I suppose I can deal with the loneliness. This week, Dhruv suggested we do try something different. This week we're only going to talk about our game. I think it does make sense that for a game devlog, I don't know why we're preaching about how to be a better person or how to do game dev. But so this week we're just going to talk about what we have done for the game and what we have done development-wise, and I do think it's a pretty big deal. So this week, mainly what I did is actually supporting Dhruv, and I'm going to let Dhruv say what he has done. I made a lot of items for Drew's thing that I don't know how to say it. It's art assets. I made a lot of art assets for something eventually he's going to talk about. But aside from that, I've been working a lot on the writing with Annie, and of course my teammates absolutely hated it. So, but that's okay because we developed a system that will make dialogue a lot better. Aside from that, Annie did a really good job. She's been writing and filling in a lot of stuff. I tried to clean up most of the art and most of the what do you call it? The scenes. Actually, I remade several scenes from the beginning. For example, the planes in the beginning seemed weird, and we need a save point. So we removed the cleric. Not cleric. We removed the cleric, and then we put in a fishing, which is our saving spot, and that took a lot of remake. And also the Wharf City. I redid the whole thing. Actually, Dhruv and the team still didn't know a lot of this, but there's actually a lot more stuff that's happening now in the game. There's a bridge from the beginning, and also somewhere we can fish, and a lot more things. But I can go on for a while because I did quite a lot, but I'm going to pass it to Dhruv. So what did you do, Dhruv?
So this week I did a lot of bug fixes. Actually, there was a bunch of things wrong with the UI. That wasn't coming in correctly, and we actually did a bunch of UI transitions now. So every time you open up the inventory, there's an animation that John made, and it looks really good. It's really nice to open up the inventory. Now all that needs to happen is Matt needs to add the sound effects, and it will, I think, be really good. And then so I fixed all that. There was some stuff that was messing up from the UI and some stuff that wasn't necessarily working. For example, in the scroll view, whenever you selected a certain item, it wouldn't scroll to that item if it was out of view. That's just a small example of the many different things I did with UI, and that took a decent amount of times, around 1 or 2 days. Other than that, so when John was talking about the art assets he made one tired animation. So that happens whenever you run out of stamina, you play the tired animation. So I put that in. Pretty simple stuff. And then I also made sure that the sprinting wasn't taking stamina. So I had to fix that, put that taking stamina. And I think there was also a rolling animation. So now if you're walking and you land on the ground, instead of playing the landing animation and you getting stuck, it actually plays a rolling animation. So that makes the movement a little bit more clean, in my opinion.
Dhruv and I had a pretty big argument about landing and then moving and all this stuff, because I think we did eventually start doing this because I found out that when you jump and land and then move, so when you land, there's like that superhero pose, but then because you're still moving, so you'll be sliding on the ground in the superhero pose and it looked kind of weird. And then Dhruv and I actually looked at a lot of other games, and we realized the transition is really, really important, especially for this. I do think, Dhruv, we still need to fix this a little bit, because I did have this recording where I'm just rolling everywhere. Like, if you jump high up into somewhere in a platform higher than you, will actually roll there too. So it's just kind of weird. I'll show you later.
Oh, okay, yeah. So we'll have to fix a couple of things, but it does look much better now. I also think that there might need to be one more animation for when you are rolling, like a slower one for when you're walking normally. But regardless, we're going to talk about that later. But that's generally what I did. I can't remember exactly, like there were some other small fixes, like I fixed the talking UI that wasn't working. There's a lot of UI fixes, and the game is looking pretty clean. Hopefully by the end of next month it will be the demo should be done sooner than that, but hopefully the game will be really, really fleshed out by the end of next month, and we can have a good understanding of what the final product is going to be like.
Yeah, well, actually, Drew, I was originally actually pointing to the thing that I'm not talking about is you preparing the stream. I'm pretty sure you have a lot to talk about.
Oh, right. Yeah. So the streaming. So we started. I started to try streaming. It's pretty. Set everything up. It's not that difficult. The only problem is I have my MacBook here right now, and MacBook is really bad for streaming while recording the screen. It would be fine if you just wanted to record yourself, but recording the screen, it just lags all over the place. It makes it really hard for me to work, and I prioritize working rather than streaming. So what I'm going to do is in June, I'm coming over to California. All my stuff is at John's place right now. This is a personal thing, but I'm in Texas right now, and then I'll be in, my stuff is at John's. So I will be coming to California and shipping all my stuff over to Texas, and that includes my computer. So I'm going to, once I get my big computer, which is much more powerful than this one, then I will probably start streaming more on a regular basis, and you guys can actually come in and tell us what you think about the game, give us suggestions, tell us that this sucks, this doesn't suck, whatever it is. We always like listening to what you guys think.
Yeah, and also I think this should be we should start wrapping up. I definitely do think if you guys like this kind of format, please let us know. I think Dhruv and I are always testing what people actually want to hear. There actually when we did start doing some preachy stuff because people wanted to hear substance rather than schedule, like just schedule update. But it seems like people who do watch game devs actually like schedule update rather than preachy stuff. So we're still figuring it out. Please let us know in the comment if you guys do like this kind of format. We're gonna test it for a couple of weeks, and if there's not really any big changes, we'll probably just do mix. We'll just mix it here.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for watching, guys.
Yeah. All right. We'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.